So this was the Saint Francis Xavier Catholic Church, built on top of the dungeon that was introduced by the Portuguese during their 4 years occupancy. And the church was built on top of the dungeon. So previously the church was very big. It occupies all those areas. You could see the pillars of the church outside.
While people were underneath crying for help, the people were here worshiping God.
Yes, in Cape Coast Castle, whilst the Anglican church was going on, the slaves were in the dungeon. And they could hear their sound. The church of the propagation of the gospel. For their own gains. Trading with the local people. They're trading in gold, in gunpowder, shinap, whiskey, testers, all those.
Because I don't understand why they were worshiping God, but they couldn't preach to these slave masters to stop what they are doing.
Yes, that's the major problem now we have now. That why should they have the slave and the dungeons were built beneath the church, which doesn't speak good about the church. And also many of the plantations also belongs to the churches as well. So African and slaves happens to be those who used to work on the plantation. So religion is a very whole subject matter.
I think religion
take a second look at
went hand in hand with slavery.
Exactly. Because initially when they came for discovery of trade routes and stuff, but they later began to engage in slave trading. Yes. And our people really suffered. Out of these slave trading activities. Yes. So this was a church built by the Portuguese. But the new items in the church here now was brought in by our former president, the late Professor Mills. When he became the president, he was using the church as a prayer room before he died in 2012, July 24. So we are still keeping all these items in the church in remembrance of our former leader, the late Professor John Evans Atamils. So this is the concrete floor of the church.
The original concrete
floor. There used to be wooden carving. You could see the patterns. But later, after the castle was declared a museum, according to UNESCO, they need to remove everything from here so that the concrete floor original
will last longer.
And also could be seen by visitors. That's why we have the section of the floor being this way. So all these places were dungeons. You see, the church occupies all these places. You see this ventilation unit here. These were dungeons where the African slaves were kept. You see, all those places were ventilation. Please come to this side. All these were ventilations to dungeons. But currently, the dungeons there, the walls are falling apart. So we can't go there to have a look at that place. If not, I will take you there to see. So these were all ventilations where African slaves were also being kept here. Yes.